evolution of the previous double-digit Ds that I can't be bothered to talk about. A continuation of capable, solidly built DSLRs good for enthusiast photographers.
Then there are some little things that may appeal to the pros out there.
The 60D was a step in a direction, perhaps not the right one. It was more plasticky,
polycarbonate fiberglass chassis,
had a tilty screen, and a bit dumbed down. The 70D seemed to step back in the right direction. Old 70 AF. The 80D is, well, let's see what came up when I googled 80D earlier. Great, research time. Google 80D. Camera, person holding camera, girl. Okay, Canon is now selling bra sizes apparently. Maybe we should just review this instead. Just so you know, that really is an 80D. It says so there. It's in writing, so it must be true. Right, on that note, I think that's enough 80D images for me. Let's go do something Canon 80D related. So we've established that Canon are good at making bras, but what about the 80D, the camera? Well, there's not much new with it, to be honest. But we're here to shoot a Star Wars fan film. Yes! Which is why I've come dressed in full costume, obviously. And I'm not the only one. Pow Jow! What? Look at that majestic uniform. I've come dressed up as that Ken guy. I'm hoping we can get a part in this film, but I'm hoping that it's just like waist above for me, because I've got jeans and like trainers. So anyway, these marvellous people, they're here in a castle in the middle of the countryside, filming a Star Wars fan film.
I thought you were dead. Come for my ship.
I think R2-D2 is turning up as well. It's fucking late though. Sorry, Greg. So yeah, the Canon 80D, not much new about it. That's what people say anyway. What is new with the 80D? Well, there's NFC. NFC works by pointing at the NFC. Of course, for Apple geeks out there, the NFC is a non-event. For Android users, it is indeed a fappening. Simply point your finger at the logo and then exciting stuff happens. Then you've got the addition of the flicker mode, which is not really much use here. It's probably useful in this kind of lighting, however. Well, that didn't work too well. I can still see flicker. Yeah, flicker's not as good as it used to be. What else? Time-lapse mode. But everything's got a time-lapse mode on it now. You kind of expect this though, a time-lapse mode. This has got a time-lapse mode on it. Time-lapse is easy to set up and the mirror doesn't flap up and down for every shot, which means that you won't get any vibrations from the mirror ruining your lapses. I'm sure Android phones had a time-lapse mode before the iPhone. I'm just going to get some behind-the-scenes shots. Okay, that's the director. I'm going to go follow him. He's the important one. Oh, damn it. I was just about to say that one of the best features of the 80D is the viewfinder, which is now 100% accuracy. Bigger, more accurate obviously, because you know exactly what you're going to get. But the trouble is, I can't actually get the viewfinder that close to my eye. It's a great finder. Customize it however you like. Clear, detailed. Great for framing. It doesn't sound like much, 2% difference between the 70D and the 80D. But when it's only 98% accurate, you kind of have to guess that 2%. Well, I have to guess everything in a minute, so. But you know what? I can use live view, because the screen's pretty good. Ooh. And you'll like the screen because, well, I don't know if you'll like it. I like it anyway. The screen is a touchscreen one, touchy-feely. It uses a capacitive touchscreen, which is handy for changing settings and scrolling through menus quickly, but the 100% accuracy viewfinder is a 100% win, as well as the viewfinder features. It's only 2% difference, but at least you know exactly what you're gonna get. Image quality from the 24 megapixel sensor is top. Dynamic range is looking good with the 80D in these daylight shots. Noise performance, considering as a 24 megapixel APS-C sensor, is decent enough. It's not staggering though. I mean, it already starts to look sketchy at ISO 6400, although very usable. ISO 12800 looks rough though, and above that is as big a mess as Humpty Dumpty's head, and none of the king's horses or men or post-processing software can fix it. Autofocus has seen a noticeable step up in performance too. I've tested the AF out on some slightly faster moving subjects. I have come to the South Bank Centre, not ironically placed on the South Bank where all the cool kids play with Ollie or something. Not sure if Ollie's arrived yet though.
A few years ago, they're going to shut this down and clean it up, get rid of the graffiti, put it into shops. Great, because we haven't got enough of those. But then people got angry, said no. And here we are today. An autofocusing system is vastly improved over the 70D. Before we just had 19 autofocus points, but now there's 45 of them. The great thing is that all of those 45 autofocus points are cross-type. And because it's...
Hi, can you speak English by any chance?
Yeah, sure.
This is a really weird request, but we're from like one of the local offices.
Right.
And we're having to do like a sort of task. And one of the tasks that we all have to be photographed with a guy with a skateboard.
Okay.
There's a chance we could use you.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
That's weird, there's loads of them though.
I know, well, you were by
Not very
yourself.
photogenic.
Appear on the internet.
God forbid should I ever make an appearance on the internet.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem. Okay. So that's weird. Somebody just wanted a photo of me because I'm a skater. Anyway, what was I saying? And the great thing about it being an APS-C camera is that those focus points cover most of the frame. Well, I say most. 62% horizontally and 48% vertically.
Focus feels great. I'm liking the way it acquires focus with such verve. That's a bit of a poncy way to describe the AF being rather lively. Notice the shutter sound? Nah, I guess not. Nobody really cares, do they? But yeah, it uses a motorised shutter like the 5DS and R, not a spring shutter, which should cause less vibrations. Good for nice, vibration-free, sharp images.
But there's something else good about this auto-focusing system. It's got dual CMOS AF. How does that work?
Each pixel serves two functions. The imaging, the bread and butter stuff, and some fancy phase detection stuff, which offers the ability to do a decent job of focusing in live view. You can feel the lens being focused at quite a reasonable speed. This is to give you an idea of the speed and accuracy it pulls focus in live view. I didn't find it hunched that often, but I did find that there were times that it didn't attempt to refocus at all. You can mostly rely on it to do a good job, but you'll definitely need an external sound recording option as the built-in mic will pick up all of the AF noises.
And touchscreen really does help when it comes to shooting video. It's not just like things like the menu. So much easier to just navigate through things. There's 3 AF modes, also AF tracking plus face, multi and single. I still hate this D-pad. It is atrocious.
Now here comes the boring bit. The Canon 80D has 45 autofocusing points, all of them cross-type, apart from the center one which is dual cross-type. But that really does depend on what lens you're using with it. Canon have got 8 groups of lenses from A to H, and that decides how many points are cross-type, how many points there are, and whether you get the middle one dual cross-type. Now, this is just going to take me forever to read out this list, so we'll just put it all out here. See ya. Still here, actually. Confusing, yes, but not completely abnormal. I'm just saying. Look, the chances are high that you'll probably get a lens that maximises the full use of all 45 cross-type points with the center dual cross-type. It's great for video bloggers, autofocus in video mode, works effectively. But for video geeks, it's a different matter. It's all that moire and aliasing stuff. Yes, the autofocus is nice, but what about moire? Another thing that video enthusiasts might get a little bit peed off about is the fact that it doesn't have any log or flat picture profile, which is fair enough because even entry-level Nikons have it.